Jayo Radhamadava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jayo Radhamadava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Shodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Chahi Yamuna Tira Chahi Jaya Radhamadava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Radhamadava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Shodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Shodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Munatira Vanachani Yamuna Tira Vanachani Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad-Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Krishna Balaram Radha Govinda Madhava ki jai. Tai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Hudirayet Nasta Preshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So we are reading from Srimad, c'est en français, hein? We have translation in English.
Alors, qui a besoin de traduction en français? Qui comprend pas l'anglais?
No, who doesn't understand French? Yes, who doesn't understand French? 3, 4.
Et tout le monde comprend l'anglais.
You want in English? Mais là, tu fais pour ta caméra, tu fais en anglais? Ok. Comment? So you like English? My English is not so good, but I will try. I am French, born in a French body. But I learn English with the Americans in ISKCON. So, should be able to work it out. Okay, so this is text Canto 8, Chapter 4, Text 16. Idam haha harir prito. Idam haha harir prito. Gajendram kuru satama. Gajendram guru kuru satama. Srinvatam sarva bhutanam. Srinvatam sarva bhutanam. Salva Bhuta Mayo Vibhu. Salva Bhuta Mayo Vibhu. Idam Harir Prito. Gajendram Kuru Satama. Sinvata Sarva Bhutanam. Salva Bhuta Mayo Vibhu.
Idam Mahas Hari Prito. Gajendram Kuru Satama. Srinvatam Sarva Bhutanam. Sarva Bhuta Mayo Vibhu.
Idam Hari Prito. Gajendram Kurusatama. Srinvatam Sarva Bhutanam. Sarva Bhuta Mayo Vibhu.
Idam Hari Prito. Gajendram Kurusatama. Srinvatam Sarva Bhutanam. Sarva Bhuta Mayo Vibhu.
Mataji? Idam, this. Said. Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prita, being pleased. Gajendram, unto Gajendra. Kuru Sattama, O best of the Kuru dynasty. Srinvatan, hearing. Salva Bhutanam, in the presence of everyone. Salva Bhutamaya, all pervading personality of Godhead. Vibhu, the great. Translation by In His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O best of the Kuru dynasty, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Super Soul of everyone, being thus pleased, addressed Gajendra in the presence of everyone there. He spoke the following blessings. So there's a lot of reading this morning because there's many verses without purport, and then it leads us to the next chapter. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, freed from all sinful reactions are those who rise from bed at the end of night, early in the morning, and fully concentrate their minds with great attention upon my form. Your form, this lake, this mountain, the caves, the gardens, the cane plants, the bamboo plants, the celestial trees, the residential quarters of me, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, the three peaks of Trikuta mountain made of gold, silver and iron, my very pleasing abode, the ocean of milk, the white island, Svetadvip, which is always brilliant like spiritual rays, my mark of Shrivasta, the Kaustuba gem, my Vajjayanti garland, my club, Komodaki, my Sudarshan disc, and Panchajanya conch shell, my bearer, Garuda, the king of the birds, my bed, Sheshanaga, my expansion of energy, the goddess of fortune, Lord Brahma, Narada Muni, Lord Shiva, Prahlad, my incarnations like Matsya, Kurma, and Varaha, my unlimited, all auspicious activities, which yield piety to he who hears them. The sun, the moon, fire, the mantra Omkar, the absolute truth, the total material energy, the cows and brahmanas, devotional service, the wise of Soma and Kashyapa, who are all daughters of King Daksha, the rivers Ganges, Saraswati, Nanda, and Yamuna, Kalindi, another name of Yamuna, the elephant Airavata, Dhruva Maharaj, the 7 rishis, and the pious human beings. All this is in Krishna. My dear devotee, upon those who rise from bed at the end of night and offer me the prayers offered by you, I give an eternal residence in the spiritual world at the end of their lives. Sri Sukadev Goswami continued, after giving this instruction, the Lord, who is known as Rishikesh, bugled with his Panchajanya counsel. In this way, pleasing all the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, then he mounted the back of his carrier Garuda. Okay, the next chapter is called, this is chapter 5, is called The Demigods Appeal to the Lord for Protection. So you can individually read the sum up, because we need a little bit time for the class. It's stop at 9. Okay. Otherwise I don't have time to speak. So you can read the sum up. There's always a sum up in the beginning of each chapter of Srimad-Bhagavatam. Afterwards, individually, you can read. This is Canto 8, Chapter 4, and this will be Chapter 5. Canto 4, and Chapter 5. Sukadev Goswami continued, O King, I have described to you the pastime of Gajendra Mokshana, which is most pious to hear. By hearing of such activities of the Lord, one can be freed from all sinful reactions. Now please listen as I describe Revata Manu. The brother of Tamasa Manu was the 5th Manu, named Revata. His sons were headed by Arjuna, Bali, and Vidya. O king, in the millennium of Revata Manu, the king of heaven was known as Vibhu. Among the demigods were the Bhuttarayas. And among the 7 brahmanas who occupied the 7 planets were Iranya Roma, Vedashira, and Urdhvabahu. From the combination of Subra and his wife, Vikunta, there appeared the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vaikunta, along with demigods who were his personal plenary expansions. Just to please the goddess of fortune, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vaikunta, at her request, created another Vaikunta planet which is worshipped by everyone. Purport, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks here that this Vaikunta planet, like Srimad-Bhagavatam, appears and is said to be born or created. But both Srimad-Bhagavatam and Vaikunta eternally exist beyond the material universes, which are enveloped with 8 kinds of coverings. As described in the 2nd canto, Lord Brahma saw Vaikunta before the creation of the universe. Viraragava Acharya mentions that this Vaikunta is within the universe. It is situated above the mountains known as Lokaloka. This planet is worshipped by everyone. Okay, we're going to read text 6 because it was a little bit confusion about which verse I should do today, so I prepared some talking about this verse. Although the great activities and transcendental qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's various incarnations are wonderfully described, sometimes we are unable to understand them. Yet, everything is possible for Lord Vishnu. If one could count the atoms of the universe, then he could count the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But no one can count the atoms of the universe. Nor can one can anyone count the transcendental qualities of the Lord? Purport. The Lord's glorious activities referred to in this connection took place after his personal bodyguards, Jai and Vijay, became daityas. Daityas means demons. Having been cursed by the great sages Sanaka, Sanatan, Sanat Kumar, and Sananda, Jai, as Hiranyaksha, had to fight with Varadev. And that same Varadev is mentioned in regard to the Revata millennium. The fighting, however, took place during the reign of the first Manu, Swayambhuva. Therefore, according to some authorities, there are two Varahas. According to others, however, Varaha appeared during the regime of Swayambhuva Manu and stayed in the water until that of the Revata Manu. It's a very long time. Some may doubt that this could be possible, but the answer is that everything is possible. If one could count the atoms within the universe, one could count the qualities of Lord Vishnu. But the atoms of a universe are impossible for anyone to count. And similarly, no one can count the transcendental qualities of a Lord. Om Agyanat Mirandasya Jaranjana Sharakaya Kshakshurmilitanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaham Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nivashesha Shunnavari Pashachari Shatarine Namaham Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Sarudamodar Swami Tinamini Vanshakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Okay, it is the question here of the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's very auspicious in this time. We are almost at the birthday festival of Krishna, which will be next, I don't know, Wednesday or Wednesday on the 12th, Wednesday 12th. Appearance of Lord Krishna. So we all came to Krishna consciousness for some reason. Everyone knows this, thus Chatur Vida Bhajante Mam. Chatur Vida Bhajante Mam Jnana Sukriti. So we came for 4 reasons. Actually, Bhagavad Gita is very precise scripture. Just like Krishna says, Chatur Vanam Chatur? Chatur Vanam Maya Shreshtam. Thank you. Chatur Vanam Maya Shreshtam Guna Karma Vibhagas. There's 4 Varnas and there's 4 ashram. Krishna doesn't say there's 5 but maybe 6. No, it's very this is the absolute truth. So whenever he says something, this is, we just have to witness that this is the absolute truth. It's not something else. It's not like the scientific who looking for the truth. So one day they discover, the atom. Another day they discover another smaller particles, the nano or whatever, So the truth is changing, okay? But the Bhagavad Gita, the truth of the Bhagavad Gita is never changing. And Krishna is saying simple things. And, for us, there is 4 people who are eligible to come to Krishna consciousness. This is those who look for the absolute truth, those who are curious, those who look for riches, for opulences, and those who are miserable. Exactly. So, but when we stay in Krishna consciousness for some time, after we have other kind of motivation. This is our first kind of motivation coming to Krishna. Everyone goes through this, except for the liberated person. A liberated person, he doesn't have this kind of motivation, of primary motivation. It's not because he's depressed or not because he wants some riches, he comes to Krishna. No, he's already in Krishna consciousness, eternally. There's two kinds of living entities, eternally liberated, eternally bound up, like us. But after some time, we have some other motivation, and the other motivations, they are turn around Krishna, the personality of Krishna. Actually, whoever is coming, in this community, in this temple, he hears all day Krishna, Krishna. We chant in japa and we glorify Krishna and we worship Krishna and we cook for Krishna and any materialistic man or woman coming here and say, all these guys, they just think about Krishna. There's no, you start to talk with them and they talk to you about Krishna. Are you not interested about any other matters than Krishna? I want to talk with you some philosophy. I want to talk with you about music. I want to talk with you about, whatever, garden. No, and I start, to talk with you, interesting subject matter, and you talk to me about Krishna. So what I do here, you have only Krishna in your mind, So what is the reason? Actually, we are attached. We become attached to Krishna. Surpassing the primary reason why we came to Krishna consciousness. We were poor, or we were distressed, or we were looking for the absolute truth, or we were, what is the other one? Inquisitive. It's good to have a pandit answering all the questions. And, okay, so after sometimes we get an attachment for Krishna. That is what is interesting for us in this verse today, because actually this verse is talking about the innumerable qualities of Krishna. So if we start to study a little bit the scriptures about the qualities of Krishna, so one little exercise now. What is the quality attracting? Individually, we can start.
The beauty.
You is a beauty. You are attracted by the beauty of Krishna. Because actually now we stay in Krishna consciousness, not because, like Dhruva Maharaj, he was willing, the kingdom of his father. Then after Krishna showed himself in the forest, and he said, I don't want anything anymore. Whatever you will offer me, it will be like broken glasses. And you are like, diamonds. You're like, the most precious stones we can find, So, if you think now, we are attracted by Krishna is the all attractive. This is his name. So we are attracted by at least one quality, because Krishna has so many qualities. This is innumerable. This you cannot count. It's like the atoms. Okay. So, what attracts you in Krishna? Intelligence, that's a good one. It's very intelligent, Krishna. And is here, this is the 12th quality named by Rupa Goswami, highly intelligent. Okay, Krishna is highly intelligent.
Very merciful.
Yes, he's very merciful. And This is the 29th quality, magnanimous. Is magnanimous. And also, inside merciful we can put forgiving and forbearing. Forbearing, what is the translation in French? Forbearing is yes, something around.
Tolerance?
No, forbearing is what? Tolerance? Okay. Another quality you are attracted by Krishna? You can be attracted by some other items like prasadam or holy name or whatever. This is also Krishna.
Is wealthy, very wealthy?
Yeah, but you said already one. Everyone has to say.
I was going to say merciful, but he already said it.
Wealth. No?
Mercy.
You mercy, eh? Okay. And? Renunciation. Yeah, Krishna is. This is part of. This is part of. Renunciation is vairagya, no? Huh? So this is part of a main quality of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Huh? Everyone knows this verse. It's Aishvaryasya Samagrasya. Okay? Aishvaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashasha Shriya. So Aishvarya is the opulences. And Samagrasya means in full. Okay. This list of 6 opulences Krishna possesses in full. Viryasya is the strength, and we come also to jnana, vairagya, the knowledge and the renunciation. And this is, these opulences, yashasha also. Yashasha is the fame. So these opulences he possesses in full. Some of living entities, they can possess this kind of opulence in minute quantity, in small quantity or in bigger quantity in the material world. Somebody can be rich, like, I don't know, Microsoft, the guy, or whatever, but it's not as rich as Krishna. Krishna possesses, in full, okay? So renunciation is a very important quality from Krishna. Another one? Sweetness, yeah. Okay, you can go through Rupa Goswami on the 21st chapter. You will find the sweetness also. I don't find it in my list here, but it should gentle is the same, no? This is 34. Another one? Compassionate? Yeah, compassionate is also 32 quality, the 32 quality named by Rupa Goswami. Another one?
What I like is that he can give me shelter from the material energy.
Liberate you or give? Yeah, liberate. Yeah. So this one, actually, okay. We have actually 50 qualities of Krishna, main qualities of Krishna. It's given by Rupa Goswami in 21 chapter of Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti-Ratamrita Sindhu. So you can read it. It will take a long time to read. We have only 15 minutes now. But, just approaching Janmastami and Radhastami afterwards. Janmastami festival, you can, read and, read the qualities of Krishna. It will be very inspiring, and see where is our attachment, developed after all these years in Krishna consciousness. Sometimes few months, sometimes, 1 year, sometimes many years in Krishna consciousness. So we develop an attraction, for the qualities of Krishna. That is what is making the personality of Krishna, the all attractive, all his qualities. So there's 50. Now Mataji is talking about the liberation. Awarding liberation. Actually, awarding liberation is not in these 50 qualities. Okay, these 50 qualities, they can be reached out by Mame Vamcho Jivaloke, by a Jiva, parcel. These 50 qualities can be attained by a Jiva. Okay? So then after, we are stuck here. We cannot go further as a Jiva. But Krishna goes, further in the qualities. And so Rupa Goswami explained that he possesses 5 more qualities that are possessed also by Brahma and Shiva. Okay? And that's why sometimes we say Shiva Bhagavan Ki Jai. We say Brahma Bhagavan, and the Hindus, they say like this. But actually the real Bhagavan, as we saw in before, is Krishna. Ishvara Parama. Parama is the supreme Ishvara. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. This is the description of the supremacy of Krishna. So Krishna, he has 5 qualities that the Jiva cannot have. And but Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, they can have these qualities. These transcendental qualities are follows. He is changeless. Nothing can move him. He is all cognizant. He knows about everything, and all cognizant is also conscious. Conscious about everything. Cognizant is consciousness. I think cognizant is, is conscious. Like, he's in the heart of all living entities. So if he wants, he can be conscious of whatever is in your heart, whatever is in your mind. He's all cognizant. Okay? And he's ever fresh. Even Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they have this quality. Ever. Although we say that Lord Brahma is not eternal, he says himself to Hiranyakashipu, I am not eternal myself. How can I give you the benediction that you will become eternal? But still, all his life is ever fresh. It's not like us, we take picture of us, babies, youthful, very nice, very fresh. In the material world, we stay fresh till, 16. And then after, it depends on what we do. If we still keep in sattva, then we can stay fresh a little bit more. But if we go in skillful activities, then we lose this freshness. So Krishna stays always fresh. And he is also Satchitananda. This is the quality 54. He possesses an eternal spiritual body. This is Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchitananda Vigraha. Vigraha is the form, okay? And we have the 55. He possesses also all mystic perfections, okay? He can do whatever he wants. And just like the mystic powers of a yogi, the 6 siddhis or sat siddhis, I don't know, like being smaller than the smallest and flying in the air or whatever, he wants his, traveling to one planet to another, or whatever mystic, and the magicians, they are just a pale reflection, of the mystic powers actually. Some kind of mystic power. Okay, so still we don't find actually the giver of liberation. How come we don't find the giver of liberation? Mataji, she said, Krishna gives liberation. Okay, so Rupa Goswami explained that there's 5 other more qualities. So now we are how much? 55. Thank you. 55. There's 5 other qualities of Krishna, which we find only in the body of Narayan. Oh, I have a real pandit here. You're good. Okay, these qualities are inconceivable potency. Inconceivable. Just like when we see Krishna, he's smashing the demons in Vrindavan, he's so small, and he's lifting Govardhan Hill, or, also Narayan, what he's doing, is Narayan, who is the origin of the Vishnus. So we see, in the Vishnus, the first Vishnu is Karana, the origin, the cause. The first Vishnu is Karana, and the Karana Vishnu is emanating all the universes from his breathing and from the holes of his skin. So means all the universes are contained in Krishna. They are contained in Narayan. They are contained, not contained. How we say? They are inside.
Included.
Yeah, included. Contained. Contained. Krishna contains all the universes. It's in himself. It's quite inconceivable, actually. Because one universe, we are now in one universe. We can see New Mayapur, and we can conceive. We can conceive New Mayapur. We can conceive the French Yatra, and we can conceive, the word. We can. So when it comes to the planets, it's become difficult to conceive, because, we know from the scientists that there is some planets, but. Also, we learn that there's so many other planets, innumerable planets, become inconceivable. The stars, the number of stars, has become inconceivable. So you imagine Krishna, Narayan, he has, all the universes in himself. And he is inside, through Kshirodakashari Vishnu, in every living entity. This is also inconceivable. Not only human beings, is in the heart. What is this verse? Ishvara Sarvabhutanam. No, it's not this one. Yeah? Yeah, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hrideshe Ardhona Tishtati. Is in the heart of every living entity. The blade of grass, the trees, the animals, even the insects we don't like, the spider or whatever. Whatever phobia we have, some of us, snakes, is inside. How is it? How is Krishna so extraordinary to stay in the heart of his living entities, and in us also with bad qualities? Okay. So this is sorry. Inconceivable potency. Uncountable universes generate from his body, so this is a separate quality, actually, we just discussed, and is the original source of all incarnations. Okay. What is this one? This is... what is this one? Is the original source of incarnation. Allez, Pandits, the original source of all incarnation. Yeah, Krishna. Eke ete chamsa, Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. That's it? Huh? Okay. Ete chamsa kalampumsam. Ete chamsa. Le chamsa, c'est l'incarnation. Okay? So he's the source of all incarnation. So that's why sometimes we say, oh, look, Krishna, he's not God, because he's coming from Vishnu. They say this sometime in India. No, actually he's the source. Ete chamsa kalam pumsam. Krishna stu Bhagavan Swayam. There's so many incarnations, innumerable, like the atoms, like we said in this verse, but he is the source. Krishna stu Bhagavan Swayam. The devotees should know this verse by heart. Okay? Because when you are in front of an impersonalist, you say, oh, you have proof that Krishna is, is God? Do you have proof that Krishna is God? Can you tell me a verse from the scriptures that he is God? Huh? So we should know at least, 5, 6 verses that, the scriptures say. The Bhagavad Gita you would find, in Srimad-Bhagavatam, in Chaitanya Charitamrita you would find. And this verse is important for us. Okay. And the 59 is the giver of all liberation. This is as the form of Narayan. So, means, a simple living entity, even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, they are 55. I don't know what is the quota, 55, if you have some good mathematician here. And this is 50 on 64. How much? What is the rate? 78, huh? Okay. 78%, the living entity can reach 50. Okay? And Brahma and Shiva, they can reach a little more, but they cannot give liberation. Narayan, he gives liberation or not? Yes. Narayan, he gives liberation. Okay. Okay, now we come to Krishna. That's why we are here. Beside these 60 transcendental qualities, Krishna has 4 more, which are not manifest in Narayan. And what to speak of the demigods, and what to speak of the living entities. Okay? This, nobody can reach it, these qualities. Okay, some of you know.
Nobody is equal or above in.
Wait. No, no. Yeah, this is a good quality from Krishna, that's sure. This is the verse. This is Prabhupada named this verse Asama Urdhva. Asama Urdhva. This is not a verse, this is...
Wonderful flute playing.
Sorry?
Wonderful flute playing.
Wonderful what?
Flute.
Maybe one. Anyway, we come back to Asama Urdhva. Asama Urdhva is sure that Krishna is the only one, but it's not really a quality, it's a state. Krishna cannot have equal. It's, no, it's not a state, it's, in the...
Position? A fact.
A fact. That Krishna cannot be surpassed. And Krishna doesn't have even equal. Not even equal. But he plays the flute. That is true. But not only he plays... What did you say? He plays the flute? Wonderful, yeah. But it's little more than this, actually. Yes, it's almost this. Actually, he can attract all the living entities by the playing of his flute. I didn't have the chance to hear Krishna's flute yet, but if some of you, please share. But he can attract all the living entities, not only the human being, not only the devotees, but all the living entities. That's why if you go to Vrindavan, if you go to Sevakunj, for example, you go for your pilgrimage, and you go to Sevakunj, and Krishna is playing the flute in the rasa dance, right? And all the trees, they're bending, You see all the trees in the Sevakunj, they are bent towards Krishna. They are attracted so much. What to speak to the other living entities, the flying living entities, the human beings, etc., etc. Okay, there's 4 more. No, sorry, there's 3 more. There's 3 more. His what?
His associates.
His associate. yeah, it's almost this, actually is, what is happening in New Mayapur now with Krishna Balaram, Radha Govinda Madhava, Gaura Nitai, is surrendered by devotees. Okay? Devotees who are saturated with love of Godhead. This is the experience we have in New Mayapur. We come from our different places, except the resident, of course, eternal residents of New Mayapur, but we come from our different places. We are attracted by Krishna Balaram, by his different qualities, and we are attracted by the devotees, we are attracted by prasadam, we are attracted by kirtan, we are attracted by reading the scriptures, But when we join the association of devotees, we just like we're swimming in the love of Godhead. So this is the quality of Krishna.
Fully independent.
And he has this is
Something else.
yeah, he is fully independent, but this is not the special qualities of Krishna. Of course, we have to remember that so many qualities that we cannot count. So Rupa Goswami counted like 64. Actually, I would have liked to go through the 64 artistic qualities. We can read it. Can we have 10 minutes more? Just that. Okay. We'll finish here. Is the performer of wonderful pastimes. Okay. No pastimes can be as wonderful as Krishna's pastimes. So, okay, we just have to read 10th canto Srimad-Bhagavatam, Krishna book, by Srila Prabhupada, and we can emerge in all this pastime, childhood especially his childhood pastimes, which happen in Boma Vrindavan, on the earth. And he has, he has the wonderful excellence of beauty that cannot be revealed anywhere in the creation. He is the most beautiful. Oh, what about us? But it's like this. This is our position. He is the most beautiful. And we become beautiful ourselves when we are connected to Krishna. When we chant the Mahamantra, when we worship Krishna, when we serve Krishna, then we have, a little bit of his qualities in minute quantity. Okay, so I think we went through. And after, if you want to read this chapter of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, chapter 21, then Srila Prabhupada described one by one, the qualities of Krishna. He gives a purport for every quality. This is very interesting. Okay? 21. Yeah, chapter 21. Okay? And then in Brahma Samhita, this will be the conclusion. This is Ananda Chinmaya Ras. So we can sing together for those who know. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibha Vitabis Tabirya Eva Nija Rupataya Kalabi Goloka Eva Nivashati Akiratma Bhuto Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Actually, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord. This is Lord Brahma speaking, residing in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency possessed of the 64 artistic activities in the company of her confident Sakis, embodiments of the extensions of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever blissful spiritual rasa, This is not easy translation. Translation made by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is a little different from the translation by our Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. More, difficult to understand. The English is... But, so, what we have the 64, I will give you a few ones, 64 artistic abilities of Krishna. This is extraordinary. You can read in the purport. I think this is the Brahma Samhita 537. Okay? And the 64 activities in fine arts and craft. I didn't know, but Krishna is also a good mechanic. You didn't know this, huh? The yantra. He can repair any yantra. Huh? So if you have some problem with your tractors or whatever, you ask Krishna, how I do it. He knows. And we have, some of us have art qualities here. We have painters, we have musicians, but Krishna, he knows so many art, has so many art qualities. He's expert in so many arts. Huh? He's expert in singing, playing on musical instruments. He's expert on dancing. He's expert on theatrical performance. He's expert on painting. It's very difficult to find someone already who has these 5 at the same time. Huh? Sometimes we have some painters. Sometimes we have some musical devotees. He's expert on painting the face and body. With sometimes like the Matajis, they do sometimes they paint, the hands and everything. He's expert on preparing art. He's making art of rice and flour. You saw this in India, some mandalas like this, some kind of mandala. He knows how to do this. Huh? He's expert of doing some decoration on the bed with flowers. Huh? If you have been to Vrindavan, they do this for this disappearance of Prabhupada. They decorate his bed with flowers. Very nice decoration. And Krishna, he knows this also. He is expert, for making jewels. So many. He is expert in aromatics. Huh? And he is expert in cooking also. He can cook salad, bread, cake, delicious food, etc. Drinks and everything. He is expert of solving enigma, Anyway, many things. We have 64 here, and this is Krishna. Shri Krishna Janmastami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Bol.